Hi, and a very warm welcome to this episode of Nourish to Flourish. There were few professionals who did a research on definition of love. And the sample that they chose was the children from 8-year-old to 12 years old. Children were supposed to define love. What do they understand as love? And you won't believe the answers that came up were just very deep, profounding, and amazing. One child told that when my mother makes a coffee for my father and before giving it to him, she tastes it. That is love. When I'm crying and my mother gives me a tight hug, that is love. When my grandfather takes me out in the evening for a walk, holding my hand, taking care of me, that is love. However, there was one 8-year-old boy who was declared winner. Though there was no competition going on, but he was declared winner because he did something which defined empathy and love. He didn't define through words. He did something which became an attraction to the researchers, to the professionals. A small gesture that he did was profound. And what was that? He saw his neighbor grandfather sitting in a courtyard and crying because grandmother had passed away. He was feeling lonely, and so he was sitting in the courtyard and just crying. This boy saw from his balcony. So he told his mother, I will just come, meet the grandfather and come back. And he goes to meet the grandfather. Reaching there, he didn't speak anything. He just simply sat in the lap of the grandfather. And he came back once the grandfather stopped crying. When he came back, mother asked him, what did you tell to grandfather, or what grandfather told you, because of which there was a little shift in his mood? He said, mother, I did not do anything. I just helped him to cry. What a beautiful example to understand empathy, to understand love. So what is empathy? Empathy is an ability to understand and feel the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts of others as they are thinking. It is basically understanding their point of perspective with the same emotion, same feeling, same thought, same intensity. That is empathy. Let me give you one more example. Let's say you are working in an organization and you saw that your colleague has been given a lot of work which he feels will not get completed in the week. So he thinks of to come on the weekend and do the work. You are not in the same department, it is not your profile, and so you cannot offer a help to share the load, to share the work and finish it off before the weekend. You are feeling helpless. More than helpless, you are feeling the pain that your colleague is going through of giving up on the weekend. So what you do in that situation? So you decide to drop by on Saturday in the office with a coffee, with few donuts and with few encouraging words for your colleague. That is empathy, isn't it? You are exactly feeling the pain of your colleague. Not being able to recognize the feelings of others is a very common and a costly problem which lowers our emotional intelligence. Imagine the pain that you are going through and the person is not able to understand that. How much frustrating it is, isn't it? how much important it is to be empathetic in our personal and professional life, to understand the person, isn't it? Research have proved that our mind is hardwired with empathy. And to be empathetic, you have to be a good listener. Now let me ask you a question. When you listen to somebody, are you really listening? Or are you listening to reply back? When you become empathetic, you become a good listener. You are actually becoming that person who is delivering it. That is empathy. So to be empathetic, the first thing that we need to learn is to be a good listener. Likewise, there are many strategies that can be adopted to be empathetic in our personal and professional life. And I'm sure you have understood the importance of empathy. With this, let me introduce our guest of the week, Raina Khatri Tandon. Raina is a founder, POSH specialist, thought leader, international speaker, and UN Karamveer awardee. She is also a mentor. So let's welcome Raina and let's listen to her definition of empathy and how she uses it in her life. Welcome, Raina.
Hello and good morning. Today I'm going to be speaking on this very interesting topic given to me, that is empathy. Empathy is simply nothing but listening from heart to heart. Holding a space that is not judgmental, holding a space that is unbiased, emotionally connecting with people and making them feel a sense of belonging. It's a language that sometimes doesn't need any words to be expressed. It's just an incredible energy from one person to another, making you feel that you are not alone. And I remember there have been many moments in my life. For example, my child coming to me and saying, this is what I feel. And then the realization of a mother that she needs to be empathetic towards his needs. A client who comes back and tells you maybe your communication is not really right, and all his needs were an empathetic listening, being there for him, or understanding the needs of what he needs as deliverables, or even your friends and family, and even the household support systems that are around you. Each one of these always requires empathetic listening. I think too often, in simple terms, I have seen just the power of touch, just a smile, just a kind word, just a listening ear, just an honest compliment, just a simple like, just a small act of caring, just a little time with somebody, or even a call around, or what we say, a potential turn over life around of doing something unique for somebody is empathy to me. It's just a simple step outside your own comfort zone sometimes to make another person feel comfortable and create magic bubbles for them in their life. Let me put it one more way. I remember learning this wonderful empathy map when I started my journey as an entrepreneur. And one of my mentor on those times told me, it is about leaving everything what you're doing and just focusing on the present to give somebody a moment that he could feel enabled and empowered. Think and feel like them, hear them, feel them, say and do what they feel is important to them, and see beyond what has been said. And that is empathy, my friends. It is not about what you see, it is about what you make the other feel and an experience that you live. Something that a leader should have, something that a leader should empower not only himself, but also encourage everybody in his team. Because as leaders today, as organizational specialists today, inspiring, influencing, supporting, caring, communicating, and providing the right feedback with the right positivity is something that a leader has. And let me tell you one important ground rule. Empathy creates trust. Because if you're not trustworthy leaders, you're just a manager and not a leader. So with this, I leave you the 7 key life magical skills. Create more empathy, be attentive, hear them, spread a smile, summarize them sometimes with what they are going through and provide support. Be attentive, paraphrase them, help them to develop a little bit of calm and resilience. And I'm sure the empathy map that you have drawn for them will make them so powerful as a leader that you'll never have to come back. At the end, it is nothing but this. The brain plus the heart is equal to the empathy. And that's all from me. This is Rana Khatri Tandon. Today's Food for Thought. Thank you so much for hearing me.
Thank you, Raina, for sharing your views on empathy. I'm sure audience is really going to have a good time listening to all whatever you have shared with us. Thank you so much. So friends, I hope you will now next time keep in mind when you're talking to somebody, you will try to be a good listener, because that is the first thing essentially needed to be empathetic. Empathy, a needed skill in today's time in our personal and professional life. See you in the next video. Till then, this is Leena Soneja signing off.